Good afternoon, everyone. We are back with the Q&As. So we've got a couple of questions here, what we're obviously going to try and work through and hopefully get a few answered for you. Do you want to start?
Can do, yeah, by all means. I'm just flicking through a few, some really good ones here. There's a couple here that I'd like to do if we've got time today. Keith Aiden, I think that's how you pronounce your surname there, Keith, I hope so. It says, we were at Pickering showroom last year and you were exactly as you were on telly. Happy, jovial and chatty. How do you keep this up day in, day out? Well, you better ask my missus that, I suppose, don't you? We'd like to think we are exactly as we appear on the telly because that's just what we are, really. It's not a stage program that we do, it's just a program where they follow us around. We have good days, we have bad days, we're none like anybody, we're not like we're no different, shall I say, than anybody else. Yeah, we have some stressful days, it is quite stressful at times, but the majority of the time we try and keep upbeat and we appreciate where we are, what we do, you guys, and we genuinely do enjoy it and love it. So thanks ever so much, Keith, for that one.
Rich Hannah, what would be your dream restoration project?
Oh,
That's
I think
a
I've got
one.
one.
Blimey.
I haven't got the patience anymore.
Dream restoration project. I was trying to think of that as you were speaking then. You know what? I'd have to really think about that. I don't know.
Restoration project.
It would have to be.
I'd have to admit I haven't got the patience anymore.
No.
I mean, to turn something out like the Escort that's behind us here is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. I think I'll be dead before I finished it. I haven't got time now, and that's like a lot of our customers now. That group of people actually is getting smaller because what they really want to do, they want to buy today and drive tomorrow, and they also work out that financially it doesn't pay. So yeah, on that note.
To answer the question, mine, it would have to be a fast forward, I think, because I know my way around them more so than anything else. So yeah, it'd be nice to build up like a rally prepared Escort.
You do that, would you?
Yeah, I think so.
Now is it hard to right, Robert Hornshaw. It's a good one, this Robert. Is it hard to value a classic vehicle for auction? Yes and no. Possibly no on many respects because we do it. I have to do it up there on that computer. Probably something like 75, 80, 90 times a day. So you do get a little bit of the hang of it. There'll be a load up there waiting for me now. It's been a little bit tricky this last few months because the movement and the market has changed a lot. What we've witnessed is basically a 20% drop, a return to pre-COVID levels in a very short space of time. So you've just got to be a little bit careful you don't get caught out. But at the end of the day, they are so individual and it's very difficult to get any smaller gap, I think, or guide than we already do. And every now and again, something comes along and you say, I think it's worth 10 to 12 and it makes 18.
I know, yeah.
You know, and then the other thing, you think it's worth 15 to 16 and it makes 7. You think it should do more than that. So there is a little bit of science to it, isn't it? But and it is a bit tricky.
Got the knack of it nearly now, aren't we? So,
I think it would be difficult if you were stepping in and out of the movement, and which is where I sympathise with guys that have owned that Morgan. You can't see it on camera, guys, but there's a Morgan there. For argument's sake, if that gentleman's had that car 25 years, where do you start? And the trouble being is, around the show field, the other Morgan owners, bless them, or any other, will overvalue the car. They will, I guarantee it. I'll guarantee they will overvalue the car, only because of their enthusiasm for it and love of it, and so forth.
And then undervalue it when they want to buy it.
And then when they come to buy it, it's not worth that. It's not worth that. So it is difficult, but yeah, I've done it all my life. My dad's done it all my life. My brother's done it all his life. You've done it most of your life. I mean, all your life really, I suppose, to a great extent.
Well, I don't know for you guys, really, didn't I? And just
so God knows.
But then, we're on such high numbers of vehicles and entries each sale. You can't remember everything, but you do tend to have a mental note, don't you, of what things achieved, and you see it all move.
You do log. You do log, don't you? You think, hang on, those Stags aren't making what they were. Yeah. MGBs have actually gone up a little bit. You do, subconsciously, you take it all in.
But then at the same time, there can be things, I can't remember what we were valuing the other day. Valued something the other day. It was maybe that wet bike that James Bond wet bike jet ski thing.
Oh, you took yourself right out of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I started off at one price, and the more I'm looking around,
£3 grand, £2.5 grand, £2 grand.
I think I wound up at about 850 quid from about £3 grand, and so I taught myself.
The bloke who owns it was going to shake your hand at £3 grand. I think he was quite happy.
Like, yeah. So no, there are a few things where they sort of catch you out, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But I think we've all got a knack of, you just see the value in something, don't you? Even if you actually don't know or haven't studied the market, you just have a gut feeling of what you think.
You stand in front of me, you think, you just look at that's £8 grand's worth.
It is, it just looks.
That's 12 grand's worth. You just have an idea.
You just know, don't you?
Anyhow, I think that was that me one? I think it was a me one.
Can't remember. What we got? What classic car would you recommend on a £5 grand budget? That's a good one.
I know straight away.
I think, I don't know what you're going to say. I'd say MGB.
MGB. You cannot go wrong with an MGB, guys. There's one looking at me there. They're brilliant. They are very good value for money at the moment. They went up, they've leveled out again. The club are a great club. They're so user-friendly. They drive like a modern car. You can get any part for that car tomorrow delivered to your door. If you can't, I tell people, when we used to retail as well, but even now, I'd say to people, if you can't get on with an MGB, the classic car world's not for you.
Not.
They are unbelievably forgiving, aren't they? And a GT's nice, especially if you get a Webasto, you've got the best of both worlds. Brilliant. GT is good value for money, isn't it?
Yeah,
a lovely little car.
And you can get quite a lot of GT, can't you?
You can get a lot. £5,000 buys you a lot of GT. It buys you a lovely GT. It buys you an okay Roadster, but I always say to people, buy the GT if that's your budget. You get a far better car. You'll have a lot more fun with it. That's my view anyway.
Yeah.
People used to come along and make the mistake about free road tax. They'd buy an inferior car with their budget just to qualify for that road tax. And I used to say, don't worry about the road tax. It's 80 quid. That's all it's going to be for 6 months. You're only going to use it for 6 months. And you'll buy such a better car. They used to focus on that free road tax, but that's not quite the case now.
No.
But I used to see that all the time. Where are we? We just to finish one off. That's a good one. Just flick through that one, yeah. David there. I think it's David Orthos. I don't think. Excuse me, David. I pronounced your name wrong. It's these guys. They can't write. Are you or any of you guilty of putting keys down and losing them? Oh, only every day.
We've had to get a 4x2 for you, haven't we, for a key ring?
Only every day. We have to go on our CCTV camera and trace our steps at times, Dave, to see where the last time we put a set of keys down. Honestly, mate, it's hard work. But,
I know.
So, yeah, so if you can devise a system, I don't know. We have got a system, but it don't seem to work. But that was a good one, that, Dave. But anyhow, we've got to wrap it up. We've come to an end of our Q&As. Thanks ever so much. I hope you enjoy them. We try and keep them as quick and easy as we can, but I know we're all guilty of waffling on. But I'll catch you next time.
Thanks very much.
Thanks ever so much.